Three, two, one, I'm back. I'm back for this live video where we are going every Monday. Well, first of all, every Monday we're meeting up here. It's at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Israel time. That's 3 p.m. for UK time. Okay. And today's discussion is going to be about discovering your hunger and fullness cues. It is incredibly important to know that your stomach and your brain by design are supposed to connect and discuss it with each other, that you are full. The stomach tells the brain it's full, and that's common sense. However, throughout the years and the different diets that we've all done, it let us know that we're supposed to be following a specific diet, eating a specific thing, and if we're hungry, to ignore what we're feeling. And what ended up happening is most of these diets are the ones that are at fault, and what they did is that they also put us in a situation where a lot of my clients get to a point where they're binge eating. So they're starving all day, and then they're going to just binge on whatever's in front of them because they're starving, and then they're going to feel guilty and they're going to punish themselves. So in order not to get to that point of punishing yourself, eating emotionally, getting to that point, we want to be more mindful with our food. We want to be more mindful with our eating. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you today the scientific fact as well as the facts based from Torah, inspired by Torah. I will bring you the quotes and I will bring you the sources where our Holy Torah is the blueprint for our life, has also let us know exactly how we're supposed to behave concerning our hunger and fullness cues. So first things first, getting to know our hunger cues. Discovering how to give your body the nutrients it needs to be healthy and strong is incredibly important. And so this is what we're doing today. We're learning not to eat just on emotions. And no one knows your body better than you. Your gut feeling is the best feeling that you have. And so to honor your fullness. I just wanted to let you know that I go a little bit deeper into this on my webinar, which is on my website, which you're gonna be finding it on my link in my bio. It's gonna be there by the end of today. So link in my bio, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, you will find the webinar. The replay is there, so it's good to have an actual replay because everybody today is at different times, and you can't always make a live, but you could just press play and listen to it whenever you wish to. Listen, watch, whatever it is. There's a bunch of templates so that it's interactive and you've seen beautiful pictures like the scientific fact of the hunger is showing you the hunger hormone ghrelin and how it goes to the brain and how it lets the brain know that it's full and all of that, like just to give you an example. So basically I go deeper into that in there. I also go deeper into that in my coaching programs. So I have a few ways that you can work with me, whether it's and what's coming up is the sugar detox coming up on December 13th. We're going to go through the sugar detox 7-day challenge where you have me in your back pocket because I'm on WhatsApp 24/7. Plus you have the course where you press play and you get your motivational inspiration of the day and what to take on. Plus you get a meal plan and like a sugar detox meal plan. You get a whole guide. It's not even what you get. What you get is to walk away after those 7 days, knowing how to control your sugar. You walk away after those 7 days, basically knowing how to eat in order not to spike up your sugar. A lot of my studies were done obviously in nutrition, but the latest one is Glucose Revolution. Incredible book. She brings out different facts. I'll show you. Look how you have like the way you could not spike up your sugar, and you could definitely, it's just life-changing. It's balancing your blood sugar. It's knowing how to lose weight, stop your cravings, and get your energy back. Because what happens is that when you're all day long going from coffee to coffee and sugar to sugar, it's needing more sugar because sugar is not an emotional addiction concerning what we're talking about today, our discovering our hunger and fullness cues. Sugar is more of a chemical imbalance in the brain. It's not an imbalance, but it's a chemical. Yes, it is an imbalance because sugar is literally 8 times more addictive than cocaine. So imagine if it's 8 times more addictive than cocaine, what are you getting when you're on a sugar high all day? right? You get your blood sugar is spiked up all day long, but you're in need. Like all day long, you need. So it's like when somebody says, I need to have that donut, I need to have another coffee to keep going through my day because I have no energy. Now you'll walk away from those 7 days feeling the brain fog. You'll feel the difference on your skin. You'll feel amazing. Like the brain fog will be completely lifted. And what's different from my sugar challenge and other sugar challenges that are out there, because I've done an actual study, I've taken 10 sugar challenges that are out there in the industry. Top one being Dr. Mark Hyman, which is my professor because I'm on his membership site and I basically learn from him every month. But his sugar detox is a complete 10-day and no coffee. I decided to include one coffee. Why? Because after seeing a bunch of these YouTube videos, one of these videos actually said, you know what? I just waited for the 10-day sugar detox just to finish so that I could actually get to my coffee. So I allow 1 cup of coffee a day. That's right. And that's it. And you know what? You make do. And myself, I was having 4 or 5 cups of coffee a day. And when I got on the sugar detox, because you're supposed to be doing 3-4 times a year a sugar detox. And when I got on the sugar detox, honestly, it felt amazing to just be able to have one and say, I'm good. I'm good with this one, instead of saying, okay, I'll have another one. Okay, I'll have another one. Without even realizing that it's like you're sitting in front of your computer and it's like you feel like you need that fuel. But I give you those tools to fuel yourself up without needing that next coffee. Basically, we're doing this sugar detox this time around before Hanukkah. So you walk into Hanukkah having all the tools and knowing exactly how to eat and having lifetime access to this course. Basically, that's what's coming up. Second way to work with me is in January 2nd, we're starting 12 weeks, 3 months, 90 days, full-time coaching. Fitness, nutrition, mindset. It's individualized fitness and nutrition plans. And the mindset coaching, you get like a little podcast. And basically you walk away. It's a healthy lifestyle academy. You walk away knowing how to build healthy habits for life. All right, back to our topic. Okay, so we're starting January 2nd. And by the way, I have a bunch of bonuses. Bunch of bonuses are all closing on December 18th. So Hanukkah, if you're not signed up for the Healthy Lifestyle Academy, all the bonuses are going bye-bye. And you're never going to get this Healthy Lifestyle Academy at this price again. So come January, the prices are all increasing. So you better get on it now. If not, you're going to get on it later or you might regret it. Whatever it is, don't be FOMO. That's all I have to say. All right. Getting to know our hunger and our fullness cues. And I just want you to know that you know much more than you realize. Like by design, the way that your body is made is that the way it's created, the brain and the stomach speak to each other. So when you're full, the stomach tells the brain, I'm full. So we just have to learn to be more mindful. So we want to learn to rate our hunger, which we're going to discuss this time around today as well. And when you sit down at a meal, I want you to sit down at the meal when you're actually hungry, not when you're just I'm bored or I'm lonely or I'm trying to shut off the noise because my kids are sibling rivalry, the kids are fighting. A lot of mothers will open up the fridge and eat, or most of the time because we're not mindful, we've got the screen in front of us, we're munching on something while we're looking. What am I going to eat today? What am I going to eat today? Sometimes we're actually even thirsty. So we got to learn to rate our hunger cues. That way, by learning to rate our hunger cues, we know when we're actually hungry. Now, we don't want to let the blood sugar get so low that you feel hangry or ravenous. What is hangry? It's anger and hunger put together. And I have the best tricks for you because I also have an ebook out there that's over 100 nutritional value plus recipes and ideas for healthy snack ideas. And really, literally, even if it's just a fruit, at least you know what kind of vitamins, nutrients, whatever it is that and calories that you're having. But not only that, you want to have between your lunch and dinner an actual snack in between. That way you don't get to dinner ravenous. Basically, back to ravenous, our goal is to stop when you're comfortably full. And we want you to get into the habit of evaluating your hunger. So let's start learning how to evaluate the hunger before and after every single meal. Now, let's take a deeper look into the hormones for hunger. Scientists have been researching influences on appetite and hunger for decades. The body's systems are complex. Hunger hormone, which is called ghrelin, in your blood, and an empty stomach signals the brain when you're hungry. Nerves in the stomach send signals to the brain that you're full, but these signals can take up to 20 minutes to communicate. Therefore, I'm going to give you a bunch of little tips and tricks, and that's why we're here. And don't forget that you can always add in your comments down below. Sending questions, always here to answer you. I'm here for you. Nutritious on demand. Anyways, so now we want to make sure that you don't eat too much in those 20 minutes, and you're not sitting down when you're ravenous, because when you're sitting down when you're ravenously hungry, then what happens that you're going to eat so fast that those 20 minutes you maybe have eaten without even, tasting the actual food. What I want you to do when you start eating food from now on is I want you to, every single bite, I want you to enjoy the texture, the flavor, the bite, the crunch, the moisture, the whatever it is that's in your mouth. Start going, yum. There's a little spice in there. There's a little sweet in there. There's a little salty in there. Whatever it is, start getting to know exactly what you're eating. Okay, I have a little chart here, and I'm talking about hunger. So I'm going to show you what we're talking about concerning the hunger hormones. Okay, here we are. These are the hunger hormones, your brain, leptin, ghrelin, insulin, and incretin action. So now I'm going to explain what that means. The fact that we want to be more mindful when we're sitting down to eat, and the little tricks that we're going to use in order to discover and get to know our hunger and our fullness cues. All right, here we go. Let's move on. Now, let's get to the numerical scale of rating your hunger and fullness cues. Here we go. Ravenous, this is 0. Ravenously hungry or salivating. Okay? I'm salivating. I'm starving. I might eat within those 20 minutes a little too much because I don't even realize that I'm hungry. Number 1, hungry. The belly's hungry. On the scale. Number 2, mildly hungry. You may need a light snack to hold you over, but you could hold a little longer. Number 3, okay, this is rating our hunger cues or our fullness cues. You're satisfied. You don't need to eat anymore. We're going to talk about the little tips that I'm going to give you today that you can walk away with so that you know when you're satisfied. You know when to put your fork down and say, I've had enough, right? And that's going to work with specifically asking 2 specific questions, all right? I want you to be more mindful with your hunger, which means when you sit down to eat, I want you to ask yourself, or when you're standing in front of the fridge looking for what to eat, or when you're asking yourself, am I really hungry? Am I really hungry? Which means ask yourself the question, maybe I'm thirsty. This is water with a little fizz, energy fizz. Number 2, maybe I'm just bored. Maybe I'm trying to quiet down the noise. Maybe it's just emotional. Maybe it's out of habit from just shutting off the noise from around me, the emotional noise, right? We want to start asking these questions. That way we get to know our hunger cues a little bit better. Here we go. Let me move on. 0, salivating, ravenously hungry. This is the numerical scale to rate our hunger or fullness cues. Number 1, I'm hungry and my belly's growling. Number 2, mildly hungry. You may need a light snack just to hold you over between lunch and dinner. We said a light snack to hold you over. Or maybe even drink your water before you actually even eat. Number 3, you're satisfied and you don't need to eat anymore. Number 4, you're more than satisfied. You ate too much. Number 5, you're stuffed like a dumpling. According to our Torah, we're not supposed to get to the point of we're so stuffed that we have to open up a button. That is not a mitzvah. We're supposed to eat until we are satisfied. So basically, getting to know our hunger and fullness cues. Number 3 is on the scale, is exactly where we want to get to. Remember, the goal isn't that you're able to perfectly identify, I'm a 3.47. No, relax. But just to identify between, at least, I'm ravenously hungry, I'm hangry, and I'm stuffed. There's a difference. Get to know your hunger cues. Get to know your fullness cues. There's a big difference between this one and that one. Now, the scale is a tool for tuning in and getting in touch with those cues. What I just gave you as a scale, the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 is where we want to get to. I'm satisfied. I don't need to eat anymore. I put my fork down. I've tasted my food. I wasn't with the screen, so I was more mindful with my eating. I enjoyed all the flavors. I enjoyed the company around me. And I actually took a smaller plate because it took 20 minutes for the stomach to tell the brain that it was full. I took my time. I enjoyed every bite. I enjoyed the flavors, the texture, whatever it is, right? And that's how I want to get to know my hunger cues without being so restrictive or strict with myself. I want to be learning to live in moderation rather than in restriction, right? So if you're not sure what number you're at, just rule out, like I said, between 0 to 5. Figure it out between there to there. Like I said, by design, the stomach talks to the brain. It lets you know when you're full or when you're hungry or whatever it is. Remember, it's not your fault that all this has been happening. The diet industry has brought us to this point. Enjoying leisurely meals gives your stomach time to signal the brain. So take your time when you're eating, enjoy your meal, enjoy the texture, enjoy the hunger. Now let's look again into the sources of the Torah to get more inspiration from the idea of fullness. Now, Moshe Rabbeinu lets the people of Israel, Am Israel, and that when they eat, they are satisfied. Ve'achalta, ve'savata, u'verachta. And they are satisfied. They should bless God for the land that was given to them. Deuteronomy 8.10. Sefer Dvarim, Chet Yud. There you go. Chet Nekuda Yud. That's the Hebrew translation for that. Okay. This is from Parashat Ekev, incorporating, where do we get this from? The Birkat HaMazon, the grace after the meal. When we bench, we actually say the words, V'achalta v'savata u'verachta et Hashem Elokecha. The commandment that Moshe Rabbeinu gave us. So basically, Moshe Rabbeinu is teaching Am Yisrael about the hunger and the fullness cues. When you eat and you're satisfied, when you eat and you are satisfied, meaning you are full, not full to the point that you're stuffed like a dumpling, but you're full, that's when you should bless God and the land for the food it has provided for you. That's simple, right? Now it gives us the sensation of fullness and abundance. It's like, this is like an act of abundance. This is why we pray Birkat HaMazon. It gives us the feeling of, I have eaten, just saying that sentence, V'achalta v'savata u'verachta, like I ate, I am satisfied, and this is where I say my grace after my meal, because I am satisfied. It's offering gratitude for the source of our food. A space was created, you see, for them to recognize where their bodies are full and to offer gratitude for this gift, for this space. It's incredible. Now, I'm going to give you just another example from one of my clients. One of my clients started using her hunger and fullness cues, and she started using the questions that I gave them. Now, I told you about the first question is, when I'm hungry, I'm asking myself, am I really hungry, or am I bored, or is it a habit, or is it to quiet down the noise, or is it to quiet down the emotional feelings or noise, or maybe I'm thirsty. When was the last time I had a meal? Maybe I could have a snack that's filled with protein. Remember, water first, veggies most, prioritize protein. Those are my 3 little steps and my 3 little rules that you go by. So when I say veggies most, I mean plant-based fruits and vegetables have to be 75% of your plate. And when I say prioritize protein, I mean breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. And when I say protein, I mean almond butter, I mean cottage cheese, I mean hummus. Those are proteins that you can enjoy. Your carrots with your hummus, your cucumbers and cottage cheese, your apple and or banana and almond butter. I say almond butter instead of peanut butter just because all of a sudden I developed a new allergy. But anyways, moving on. my clients started using this theory of asking herself the question, am I hungry? But also by learning, she started something new where I thought that I would share with you, said that maybe you can use that trick that actually works for a lot of people, is learning to take a smaller plate. And with that smaller plate, filling it up. And then when she finishes that plate, putting it down and going, am I in the mood for seconds? Now, the mood for seconds is a question. Do I want to eat more? Do my taste buds want to eat more? Am I full? Am I feeling satisfied? Or I'm not satisfied and I need to have more? Then go ahead and serve yourself more. I'm talking about moderation, not restriction. And that's the way to live a healthy lifestyle. And that's what I teach my fit beauties, to learn how to live a healthy lifestyle for life. Not to struggle, not to keep struggling, not to give yourself the guilty feeling for starving, then binging, and not to starve away, not to punish yourself, because there's been many studies that have been done out there that the more you speak positive self-talk actually works better on your mindset than any negative self-talk will, especially when it comes to weight loss and getting healthier. So if you want to lose weight and you want to get healthier, positive self-talk is the question. Now let me move on. The question that I want you to ask when you want to ask yourself if you're full is, have I had enough? Am I satisfied? Remember what Moshe Rabbeinu taught Am Yisrael, what we say in the Birkat Hamazon, ve'achalta, ve'sabata, u'berachta. So start asking yourself, am I satisfied? Have I had enough? And then you'll know. And that's today's episode of Motivational Monday Meets. I'll see you next Monday, right here, same place, same time. And if you want to, I'm going to be putting up question boxes on my stories. That way you will be able to send in questions of what you'd like, what topic you'd like me to cover next. What's bothering you? What are you struggling with? Let me get to know you a little bit better, and then we can discuss it further. That's it. Have yourself a beautiful, blessed week. And remember these little tips that I gave you that will actually help you get healthier, get stronger, feel amazing, have some incredible clarity, feel good all in all, and be an incredible fit beauty that you're meant to be. Wishing you a beautiful week ahead. All the best.